see what Rush is doing. He's letting Pendergrass throw his punches and sort of get comfortable on the inside, and then he's coming over with the left hook. He's leading with the left hook, and Pendergrass is eating him. And so, but Michael Rush is definitely a better defensive fighter, as you see right there where he slipped the right hand. Pendergrass needs to calm down. He's doing good work on the ropes.
Rush, though, catching a lot of shots. He's also timing when Pendergrass drops his right and able to drop that left hook in. Pendergrass exerting a lot of energy on shots that are doing nothing but landing on the arms. The crowd getting into it, but Michael Rush saying, yeah, you're throwing shots, but they're not going anyplace.
Absolutely, he needs to calm down. Now here's Rush. This is the fight that Rush wants him on those ropes. He's eating a lot of good left hooks. He's eating right hands and left hooks. But believe me, Rush has to also be careful not to tire himself up.
Artis Pendergrass keeping that left very low, way open for that right over the top, dropping in all night long by Michael Rush.
Right now, Artie, Rush needs to work on the body. He needs to go to the body. This fight will be over in 2 rounds if he goes to the body.
Mouthpiece just went flying out of Artis Pendergrass.
There's a body shot. There's a body work. Pendergrass.
What? I think that's Rush's mouthpiece on the floor.
Like I told you, Artie, this is a tough, scrappy kid.
Referee Johnny Femia steps in here, and yeah, it was Michael Rush's mouthpiece that got knocked out, or he spit out.
I'm not sure, Artie, but I believe a couple of body shots that Pendergrass put on Rush are having an adverse effect on Rush right now. I got this fight scored dead even, 29-29.
You show who wants to fight. Yeah, follow that up, Artie. Next slap.
And I've got Michael Rush up by a point. Rush looking fantastic this round, Obed.
Yeah, definitely.
Under a minute to go in round number 4. This is scheduled for 10. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Artis Pendergrass has been taking some very heavy shots by the likes of Michael Rush.
Make the fight, Artie. He's tired out there.
But with the style of the way both of these guys are fighting, Pendergrass and Rush, you know, if Pendergrass can squeak in a nice little punch when Rush is not expecting it, you know, he could be in trouble.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens if this fight gets into the later rounds. Michael Rush, been 10 rounds 3 times in his career, all in winning efforts. Artis Pendergrass, he's been 10 or more just twice in his career, both times on the losing end. One time getting stopped in the 10th round by Ezra Sellers. The other 12-round decision lost at Elicer Castillo.
See, as you can see now,
when we come near the end of round number 4, we're scheduled for 10.
4.
Round number 5 in between rounds. A lot of encouragement from the corner of Michael Rush. There people seem to think that they've got Pendergrass going. Pendergrass corner, Kevin Harris trying to light a fire under Artis Pendergrass, trying to get some more work out of him, but it seems like when the volume of punches come from Pendergrass over, they seem to get caught by Rush, and conversely, when Rush goes into a volume punch, they seem to land.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that's Rush's plan. He knows that he's in there with a scrappy guy, the guy's stronger than he looks, and he's happy to stop counter punching because his punches are landing. Oh, and you see, that's what's going to kill Pendergrass right there. He's catching these big body shots by Rush. Those body shots are going to pay dividends in the later rounds of this fight.
Keep stepping up.
Pendergrass coming in at 208 pounds tonight. He started his pro career, as we mentioned in the open, both fighters started their pro careers down at middleweight in 1992.
I'm sorry, I definitely see the tide turning already in favor of Rush. I gave Rush that last round. Pendergrass right now, definitely, you know, he slowed up drastically. He's not throwing as many punches as he was in earlier rounds.
What can Pendergrass do at this point, Obed, to try to adjust to the style of Rush?
Well, what Pendergrass needs to do is use his jab a lot more. He's not there. All he's doing is walking around taking punches. See, he's letting Michael Rush be a lot comfortable. He's trying to lead right hands, and that's just not going to get it. Rush is a good defensive fighter.
Well, in this corner, Kevin Harris has been asking Pendergrass to throw jabs since round number 1, but he can't seem to get more than one at a time for a little pity pat. I think the lateral motion of Rush is really giving him fits as well.
You're absolutely right. I was just getting ready to say that. I don't believe Pendergrass understands what it means to cut the ring off. He's just following Rush around.
Rush fights very nicely moving backwards, too. Something that's very difficult to do, as I'm sure you know. Tough to fight going backwards, and yet he does a good job of it.
Yeah, because, you know, he's not being pressured. The guy's just walking around. He's blocking most of Pendergrass's punches. And right now, he's content with counterpunching. Rush is content with just counterpunching, getting his shots in after Pendergrass.
Pendergrass getting a little desperate, too. He's trying to throw an uppercut from way outside. Bad move to make, and, of course, keep an eye on how low he's keeping his left hand.
And he just walked into a right hand right before you.
And a left hook.
You see, most of these punches, he's catching on his arms or his gloves. Pendergrass is not landing. And that was a nice enough right there.
We're coming near the end of round number 5. Pendergrass running after Mike Rush, and Rush showing some good leg movement for a heavyweight.
That's 800-626-2500.
Between rounds, trainer Kevin Harris of Artis Pendergrass saying this is the bell fight. This is the bell fight, and of course, alluding to the big knockout win that Pendergrass had over heavyweight prospect Gary Bell back in September of last year. Bell, of course, #1 sparring partner for Evander Holyfield, managed by Shelly Finkel, and Artis Pendergrass came along, stopped him in 7 rounds down in Georgia, and they're trying to give him that inspiration. Unfortunately, Pendergrass wasn't able to capitalize and coming right back and getting stopped himself by Maurice Harris.
Yes, and you can as you see this fight, you can see how Pendergrass stopped Bell. He probably just wore Bell out. Look at these combinations now. Some of those landed. That wasn't bad. It looks like the kid's relaxing a little bit more. He's letting his hands go. He needs to stay in Rush's body because Rush is really protecting his body, and he's trying to go to Pendergrass' body. Oh, we got another mouthpiece out on him.
And it's Michael Rush's again.
You know, I suspect that Michael Rush might need a breather, and he intentionally spit that mouthpiece out.
And, you know, it might be a little bit of the syndrome that we talked about as Johnny Femia stops the action again. I'm sure he's going to give a warning to the corners. He's B. Now Michael Rush, right now they'll take a point away.
Rightly so.
And might be a little bit of the syndrome we talked about where fighter training over the holidays. Because here we are, only the 3rd week in January. Or perhaps not training over the holidays. Michael Rush looking a little fatigued at this point, letting Artis Pendergrass back into a fight that I've got, oddly enough, 48-47 for Michael Rush. I've given 2 rounds to Artis Pendergrass, and I gave the last round number 5 to him, and Pendergrass having a fantastic round number 6 here as he's starting to take control of the second half of this fight.
Well, I got to disagree with you on the score now. I got the fight scored 49-47, Rush. I think a lot of those punches that Pendergrass was throwing Rush was catching them.
Where in the script does it say you're allowed to disagree with me? I don't see anything about this. What is this where it says Obed disagrees with Arnie? I'm going to have to talk to my agent. Under a minute to go. Round number 6 was scheduled for 10. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Michael Rush in the gold eats a big right hand from Artis Pendergrass in the black, and Pendergrass been moving Rush all over the ring. And it seems like the legs have gone a little bit on Rush, too. He's not able to get out of the way and show the lateral motion that he showed earlier in the fight, Obed.
Most definitely. And I tell you what Mike Rush needs to do in his corner, I'm sure, is looking at this. He needs to start throwing a little bit more punches because Pendergrass is coming in throwing everything but the kitchen sink. If he gets caught with one of those big shots, somebody's going to go down.
Artis Pendergrass, heavy puncher, 13 knockouts in his 13 wins. Michael Rush, he's got 10 knockouts in his 16 wins. Rush has been stopped 2 times and has a suspect chin, and he seems to be on shaky legs right now. Yeah. Only 5 seconds to go here in the end of round number 6, and Rush comes back throwing some leather. Very good and exciting 6th round, a good one for Pendergrass.
Presents the Pound
per pound welterweight showdown. Saturday, February 20th. Tickets on sale now.
Round 7 scheduled for 10, coming off a big round number 6. The question is, can Pendergrass continue to capitalize on it?
Artie, I gave that last round to Pendergrass.
Oh, coming over to my side, are you?
No, he was out busy and Rush slowed up.
Rush showed a lot of leg movement earlier in the fight, a lot of lateral motion. And had Pendergrass chasing him around the ring. Didn't seem to be able to maintain it though in round number 6, a big one.
Artie, if Pendergrass can keep some good body work on Rush, Pendergrass can squeak a victory out here tonight.
Well, they were saying this is the Bell fight, and again, he wore Gary Bell down and stopped him in round number 7 late last year. Now he's trying to capitalize it after coming off of that knockout loss to Maurice Harris. And he's got Michael Rush backing up all over the ring, and Rush offering a lot less offense than he had earlier in the fight while he was moving backwards. Intent right now to try to slip punches. Pendergrass certainly the busier of the two, and now going downstairs to the body. Something that you had recommended that Rush do 3 rounds ago, but he hasn't seemed to be able to do that.
Body shots are an investment that pay off in the later rounds. Pendergrass is taking too many big left hooks though, Artie. He's right there to be counterpunched.